was some 13 years ago when I had to introduce the opening film for the year 2006. And this was Cubrador, which was a collaboration among Jeffrey Jaturian, Bing Lau, Ralston Hover, and myself. This was followed by some, thank you. This was followed by some 10 more films, some of which were winners, in fact, in Cinemalaya. Like we had Bisperas, Ang Babae sa Septic Tank, Extra, Gapagwa, Buaya, and Instant Mommy, among other films. About 2 years ago, I made a decision to give myself the same opportunity that I have given young filmmakers to finally direct a film. And today, we will find out if that investment was worth it. Okay, so before I introduce the team that joined me on this journey, I would just like to acknowledge some people in the audience this evening. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to my classmates from high school. They flew all the way from Cebu City. And also my classmates from the UP Law class of 1987. I know that we have in our audience some members of the judiciary, but I'd rather not call out their names. But thank you so much for being with me tonight. And I'd also like to say thank you so much to the following people who have made a mark in my life, in my journey as a filmmaker. Maraming salamat po kay Bing Lau. Is Bing here? And of course, Jeffrey Jaturian. And Chris Martinez, my go friend. I'd also like to thank Robbie Tan. And of course, the people who helped me create this film. One way or another, I'd like to say thank you to Christine Barameda, to Carl Chavez. Carl, you're here. I saw you earlier. And thank you also to Alem Ang. Thank you to Jay Abelio, who's taping right now and can't make it. And thank you to Tonette Hadaone for lending me all her materials. And the person who has been like my son and who really gave a lot of his time and himself in this film. Thank you, Dan Villegas. I'd also like to acknowledge a very special person who also flew all the way from Cebu. She was my drama teacher in high school and a co-cancer survivor. And thank you so much, Miss Mads de la Serna. Asa man ka, ma'am? I can't see you. There, thank you, ma'am. And a person who also helped me create this material, who was special because he is a he's a psychologist, a very renowned psychologist, and the character in my film is also a psychologist, Dr. J. Enrique Saplala, who is all the way in Toronto. Okay, so I shall now start calling, nanginginig ako. I shall now start calling everyone who's part of this film. Let me start with the people in post-production, ang pinakamahirap na parte ng paggawa ng pelikula as far as I'm concerned. Miss Maria Ignacio, our editor, she can't make it tonight, but thank you, Miss Maria. To everyone in the post-production team, they're still working on the online material for one Cinemalaya film, so they're not here. Carlo Manatad, Benjo Ferrer, Titi Torres, Carla Manalo, J.M. Bisola is here. I saw J.M. Thank you, J.M. And of course, Maricar Zacarias and Oji Tiglao. And they just walked on stage. The people from Wapak na talagang, I think I tortured them like anything kasi napaka-OC ko sa sound. Jason Conanan, Kat Salinas, Miko Quizon, and the rest of the Wapak team were in the audience tonight. I'd now like to call on the other members of our team, Rolly Inocencio, who is our acting coach. Rolly. And they're not here tonight, but I'd like to acknowledge them as well. Joy Villaber, our assistant cameraman, as well as Martin Dincong, and also Jerome Tiongson, our gaffer. I'd like to call on Phil Sarmiento, our art director, na nakagalitan ko dahil mali yung tanim or something. Erica Cruz, our makeup artist. I love you, Phil. Asan na yung tanong? Angel Diesta. Mother Angel, our production designer. Kung paano paganda yung visuals na makikita nyo, trabaho to ni Mother Angel. Of course, assisted by Martin Angeles of the Art Department. And I'd like to also acknowledge Med Valentus, our location manager, Choice Israel, our second camera, Lexter Tariela, our production manager. Next. This job seems to be very simple, but it's actually one of the trickiest parts of production. May I call Aveline Martinez, our script continuity. And of course, my two associate producers, who I also tortured along the way, Lamar Roque and Chris Flores. And then the person who wrote the film for me, who saved me, there's a very long story here, so baka maubos yung oras sa buong pelikula natin. But let me just say thank you so much to Feliz Cayaba. She also happens to be a director. She did Delia and Sammy. Okay, the person who styled everyone in this film, Loy Villarama. And last but certainly not the least, I'd like to call them as a team because these are the three people who were with me every bit of the way in making this film. And I am grateful beyond words. I'd like to call on Marinette Lusanta, my assistant director, Maiko David, my director of photography, and Patricia Sumagi, my producer. I'd also like to acknowledge Ferdy Lapus, who is also my producer, but he's currently in Toronto. Thank you, Ferdy. Now is the time to call on my cast. First of all, I'd like to call on a small kid. Her name is Gwen Torres. You have to clap for her because she has to leave when the screening starts. I'd also like to acknowledge Luis Antonio. Where's Luis? Oh. And of course, Sarah Brackensick is not here at the moment because they're also finishing the online production of another film soon to screen here in Cinemalaya. Thank you, Sarah. And Miss Jet Villamil. Miss Olive Isidro. Miss Ruby Ruiz. You should all watch out for her film, Iska. Is Sherry Lara in the audience? I'd also like to acknowledge Miss Sherry Lara. And Hannah Ledesma. Before I call on my two lead actors, I would like to acknowledge some other people who helped me fund this film. I'd like to extend my sincerest thanks to I Want, my co-executive producers, Carlo Katigbak, Cory Vidanes, and Deo Endrinal. Thank you, I Want. And of course, the person who I acknowledge to be someone who, let me put this way, I would never have been able to even start this film if it were not for the help of this man. he really saved the day for me, and oh my God, I shall always be grateful to this man, Mr. Ricky Lee, who is also my co-executive producer. If by some stroke of a miracle, this movie makes a profit kahit konti man lang, when it starts its theatrical run on August 14, part of the proceeds and part of the profits will go to the workshop of Ricky Lee. And of course, the Cinemanaya Foundation. And so, have I missed anyone else except Keith and sila na lang? Okay, and now here are my Elizabeth and Josh. Josh first. Keith Thompson. I'd also like to, I'm sorry, I love you, Marlon. I'd like to call on another actor of our film. Kuminsan kasi nalilito ako kasi director din siya. Mr. Marlon Rivera! And of course, my Elizabeth, my only, it's di nga first my only choice for the role of Elizabeth, Miss Mylene Dizon. Isang tao. This person is not just an actor in this film, she also happens to be the best friend of my daughter, and she was with me every bit of the way in writing, in conceptualizing, in making corrections, the whole works. Miss Jo Pacumio. You would probably know her when she impersonates the Vice President. Mas maganda ka daw ngayon, Jo. And on a parting note, there is a saying that it takes a village to finish a film. And I will readily debate or argue with anyone who says otherwise. Many years ago, maybe a gazillion years ago, a man once told me, "You are nothing without me." And I walked away. And today, I embrace those exact same words. I am nothing without this team. Thank you.
To present the certificate of recognition to the film director, please welcome competition chairperson Mr. Mel Chonglo and Cinemalaya Foundation President Mr. Luis Guillen.